Stephen, you must be very frustrated at the result today and also tearing your hair out at our team.
Yeah, it's probably as angry and frustrated as I've been. Normally I enjoy parts of the game. I just didn't enjoy us at all today. I mean, defensively we've had frailties. Those remain today, and unfortunately, as an attacking team, which we usually are, we create quite a few chances. Today I don't think we tested their goalkeeper once or twice, maybe. Very tame efforts, but all round, it was a poor performance against the team who's been picking up points. But certainly we flattered them today.
Is it a bit of a conundrum at the minute that we can lift our game maybe against the likes of Linfield? We put in a super performance against Crusaders. Our attack and play against them was unbelievable, our one-touch passing. And then in the league, we just seem to not be able to replicate the form.
I think there's two things about that. You've got young players who are looking to impress in big games against big teams. But on the other side of the coin is we've got players who obviously don't understand what it takes to win championship games. Championship's a hell of a lot different than playing against the Premier opposition. You have to do different things. You have to roll your sleeves up. You have to win second balls, and without sounding like one of those managers that talks about second balls and aggression and will to win and competitiveness, and unfortunately that's the way the championship is. And if you don't do that, you're probably not going to win a game. That lack of understanding today cost us, and you've got Dundela who that's their DNA, whether it's at home or away from home, and we failed to do that, and as a result, we lost the game and contributed to our own downfall by two really bad goals in the first half.
You mentioned there we do have a young squad. Do you think when we play those Premiership teams, does it suit our style of play more? And the Championship, as you said, it's just so much more physical, and it really is. You're up against strong men and strong players, but in the Premiership you maybe get a wee bit more time in the ball, a wee bit more technical.
I think the ball goes back to front a lot more in the Championship, and so winning that midfield battle is different than closing your man down, closing space, and without getting into too much detail about it, the Championship's a little bit more back to front. And when the ball's headed down from a defence, you've got to be close to your man and win second balls. You'll hear a lot of managers talk about it, and as I say, I don't like to dwell on that side of the games, but it's obvious today that they've addressed that side of the game, whereas we didn't.
We'll go to their first goal then. Offside, what was your view on it? Do you think it was offside or was it close?
Well, in my opinion, if we did, and again, I don't like hanging players out to dry, but we do work on those scenarios, and we've worked on it quite recently. And I questioned the players, I don't mind saying, I questioned the players that we've worked on that particular scenario, and there should have been no doubt whatsoever that the player should have been offside. Whether he was or not is immaterial. It shouldn't have been in any doubt whatsoever, because the players know that. Whether he was offside or not offside, there was doubt looming over it, and the crowd reaction, nobody was screaming for it. So he may well have stayed onside, but that's because we allowed him to stay onside. That shouldn't have happened, and the players know that. And the second goal was ridiculous.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about our mistakes too much, and we don't want to be too negative either on the team. But just at the minute, and I spoke to Kelling about this, just luck as well. The ball just doesn't seem. Sometimes when you're on a poor run, the ball just doesn't run for you, and mistakes seem to happen at the back. Do you think are they conscious of trying to get the 3 points so much at the minute? They're a bit nervous at the back, and we're just making those silly mistakes.
No, I mean, look, I'm not one for coming out and
no, you're not.
And hammering players but I told the players today they're probably going to have to accept criticism, whether it be on our own club social media or within the changing room, and I'm not going to stand here and try to paper over cracks. The bottom line is the first half performance was really poor, and the players know that, and they have to take responsibility for their, young as they are, they still need to take responsibility for a really poor performance in the first half, and it didn't get much better in the second half.
They were slightly better in the second half. I'm going to be kinder to them possibly than you are, but we were just pushing for that goal, and then we were just caught for the third. Then,
well, the third goal was probably the only goal that I said I would say was a goal worthy of maybe cutting up any defence. It went wide.
It was a lovely finish.
It was a quality ball in,
Dundela.
quality ball in, and the strikers made a great run. I mean, our strikers when the ball's wide, I'd like them to make that sort of, I'd like a better delivery. I'd like our strikers to hunt the 6-yard box more instead of being outside the box. So yeah, no, the third goal was quality from them. First 2 goals poor, and the performance was abject at best.
I think frustration is the word here, because everybody can see our players are capable, they've got all the potential in the world, but it's just that inconsistency at the minute, making mistakes, and it's, yeah, as I said, we're just all frustrated that it's maybe just not all coming together for the league.
Yeah, no, again, we've had this, when you say we've a young squad, we've got a really good young squad, but sooner or later they have to have an understanding of what it takes, not just to play against the Linfields and Crusaders of this world. They're going to have to understand what it's like week in, week out in the Championship, home and away. It's different, and they need to adapt their game and do different things that gets results. And they're going to have to understand that. They're going to have to just change their mentality for Championship games, and it has to happen quickly, because we just need to start getting results.
Although what was evident to me today watching the game, I have to say they didn't stop trying, and they're not players that they didn't turn on each other, they didn't start having arguments. I mean, there's none of that in the team.
Yeah. I wish there was a wee bit more of that. If I'm being honest, I want somebody to question each other, and I want to hold my players accountable just like they would hold me accountable.
Yeah.
So they should hold each other accountable within a changing room as well. And it doesn't mean they have to fall out. It just means that they have to hold each other accountable and within the changing room. Young lads tend not to do that as much. And listen, today was a day for people to really hold each other to account in an effort to turn around a really poor performance in the first half. Yeah, I'll give you that. It got marginally better in the second half.
Maybe they're all just a wee bit too nice, because they are a lovely group of players, but you would probably like to see a wee bit more bite on the pitch, and as you've said, holding each other accountable and maybe questioning each other on the pitch, as in why somebody's not doing that.
Well, that's probably the reason we brought in players like Kelling Gilmore. Kelling's a leader. He's not afraid to question himself and question others around him, and he would be first to question us if we weren't doing our job from a preparation point of view. So, the Championship is littered with players of that ilk. All the teams have them, and Dundela had quite a few of them today. Going right through the spine of their team. Andy Hall, Patton, McClellan. They've hundreds of games under their belt in the Prem and the Championship.
So experience there.
Yeah, no, but listen, they were much better than us today. But for the first time, probably this season, I've probably just questioned the boys' mentality and character and things like that there. And I told them that, and then they're good enough lads. So they'll hopefully they'll come back with a bit more in the upcoming games.
Yeah, away to Limavady, which they had a fantastic result today. I think they're maybe third on the table, newly promoted, and they're third. So another really tough game. But from a management point of view, a coach point of view, where do you go from here then in training, and what are the points probably to focus and work on then?
Well, listen, they've had a fantastic win today, and they've scored a load of goals. Again, another team that has experience right throughout. I know they've only come up, but they've signed really well. Paul's done a good job, and they've got experience with Larry, Rodney Brown, a couple of our really good Championship players and players that have played at a higher level. So it'll be a tough time, but the players obviously need to bounce back this week and give a better performance, and I would expect we'll have a hard week of training, full of responsibility and hard work, and then we'll go to Limavady and try to pick up the 3 points.
Hopefully. Okay, Stephen, thank you.